Hello everyone, back in today's first video during the weekend broadcast day's first video. As always, on a Saturday, we're going to have a detailed look at weather for the weekend. Going to be quite an interesting week's weather coming up with our first named storm overnight tonight and into tomorrow's storm Angus, just been named by the UK Met Office. And more heavy rain coming up on Monday. After that, it looks like high pressure is coming back in as we go through into the rest of the week. So it will turn dry for the north, but for the south, we're going to have easterly winds with a lot of cloud and pretty dismal weather down across the southern parts of the country as well. So I'll talk you through detail in a second. Before I get on with that, just say about the ads. There's links articles on all the pages. Have a browse, visits, and click through the links. If there's any articles that you're interested in, you help your space website. Thanks so much for doing that. Because the shop is open. So if you've got any Christmas shop to do at Amazon between now and Christmas, just click the green button that says Christmas shop, and it'll take you to our Christmas shop page where you click through the Amazon banners. You go to Amazon, do your Christmas shopping as normal. Don't need to do anything different whatsoever. Because you've gone from gas office to Amazon, we get a revenue fee on the items that you are purchasing. And a big thank you to everybody for doing that. But a huge success again this year. Websites using for weekend broadcast coming from the Weather Outlook. weatheroutlook.com and weathercentral.d. You can find the link to both websites on the links page. Later on today, we'll have a CFS 6 months look ahead just for fun, taking us from December next month through to May. I'll talk about that at the end of the video. So, starting with the radar picture, we have a lot of dry weather across the country today. We have still got the legacy of wintry showers in the north and the west. Still some accumulations of snow turning up over high ground, but they are more scattered and not quite as intense as we had yesterday. Generally, there are a few heavier showers still there, indicated by those bright colours, but overall they're a little bit less intense and less widespread than we've had recently. Now, down in the south, we're already starting to see the first signs of more general outbreaks of rain just beginning to arrive across southern parts of Ireland and southwest England. That's ahead of the area of low pressure that is going to be eventually Storm Angus tonight. So this is that area of low pressure on the static pressure chart. Actually, it's in the evening, just heading in towards the southwestern part of the country. So, we've got showers in the northwest. Many of those are wintry. A few heavy ones still mixed in. It's heavy enough to give a few little accumulations of snow here and there. Elsewhere, lots of dry weather. Best of sunshine going to be in the east. And then in the south, we've got showers at the moment, and they'll give way to more general outbreaks of rain as we go through the afternoon and into the evening. Generally, you'll find an increase in cloud across much of England and Wales, which is actually going to make it quite a cold day. Temperatures today ranging from around 3 to 8 Celsius, but with the sun going and the wind freshening down in the south, I think it's going to feel quite cold through the course of this afternoon. So overnight tonight, this is Storm Angus moving up from the south and the southwest. It's going to give us a real battering across England and Wales. It's notable because we've not really had much in the way of stormy weather so far this autumn. September was very hot and had a lot of dry weather. October was just really dry and benign sort of month. And then so far through November, it's been quite cold, but again, not particularly wet or stormy. But this one is a real sort of autumn-winter storm moving up from the south. So you're going to find across England and Wales, it turns very wet through the course of tonight. Really heavy rain in places, almost torrential in some parts of the country. I think 25 millimetres, an inch of rain, is quite possible across particularly the south and the east of the country. It's going to be driven on by really strong winds, and they're particularly notable through the Channel and in the far southeast of England, where they could touch gale force. And as this rain moves into the cold air, it might turn a little bit sleet or snow across high ground of North Wales and northwest England. Now, further north of that, you're going to stay out of trouble. You're going to have a cold and frosty night across Scotland and Northern Ireland, with temperatures possibly going as low as -6 across some of the Scottish glens. Whereas in the far southeast, temperatures by the end of the night could be up to around 10 degrees, 50 Fahrenheit. So a huge temperature contrast across the country tonight. Tomorrow we find that low pressure moving away into the North Sea, so we'll start off wet and windy across much of England and Wales, but that rain will quite quickly push away towards the east. So by the afternoon, the brighter skies that we already have across Scotland and Northern Ireland will edge southwards through the day. So we basically end Sunday on a mostly dry note with a few sunny spells in the south and plenty of sunshine up in the north. Of course, there is going to be that widespread frost across northern parts of the country to begin. So it's not going to be a warm day in the north by any means. Temperatures there just 2, 3, 4 degrees. In the south, after a mild start, remember we'll be around 12 degrees perhaps on the south coast by breakfast time. We'll probably find those temperatures dropping through the day, finishing up again somewhere around 3 to 8 Celsius. This area of low pressure to the west of Biscay is the rain that's coming up for Monday. So let's go through to Monday, and this is it. Low pressure again moving back up from the south. We do it all over again. Going to have a widespread frost again on Sunday night. Temperature might go as low as -8 across some parts of Scotland, so that's a severe frost for this early in the season. I think we'll even have a frost down in the south for a time on Monday evening, but then the temperatures will lift up later in the night. The next batch of wind and rain starts to roll in. Again, that could turn a bit wintry on the leading edge as it moves up towards parts of Wales and the Midlands. Might have a little bit of sleet or snow, not amounting to too much, but might be notable by breakfast time on Monday. The main thing about Monday, though, is that it's going to be a very wet day. This area of low pressure is going to have a slow-moving weather front, so much of England and Wales will find outbreaks of rain pouring throughout the day, torrential rain in some places as well, with a little bit of sleet or snow on the leading edge across parts of North Wales and over Pennines in particular. Scotland and Northern Ireland, again, mostly staying out of trouble. You start off with a frost and plenty of sunshine. I think even here you'll find the cloud increasing through the day, sun going and the wind freshening quite a bit. Temperatures in the southeast could eventually be up to around 10 or 11 degrees, but across Scotland you're going to be stuck at around 2 or 3 Celsius, feeling cold there. That rain going to continue northwards across Scotland and Northern Ireland overnight, Monday into Tuesday. It might give a bit of a snow event for parts of Scotland, so watch this space on that one. And then on Tuesday itself, we actually have low pressure over the country as a weakening feature. So we'll start off with outbreaks of rain or snow through Scotland, Northern Ireland, coming down into Northern England. Elsewhere, there'll be showery bursts of rain in the morning. And I think just what happens is that we just generally see the rain easing off through the day, turning lighter, increasingly patchy. But there will be a lot of cloud around on Tuesday, so very limited sunny spells. Temperatures in the south up to around 10, 11, 12 degrees. In the north, you're going to be struggling at around 2, 3 or 4. And then from Wednesday onwards, it gets rather complicated, but we're starting to build in high pressure from the north and the west, whereas in the south, we've got these easterly winds. And unusually, perhaps this time of year, that's actually bringing in some milder air from the east. If we go over to Eastern Europe, we've got an area of high pressure sitting there around southern parts of Russia, and that's been bringing up southerly winds across Eastern and Central Europe. So actually, it's going to be quite a warm or a mild week across Central and Eastern Europe, and we will tap into some of that in the south. However, we're going to have easterly winds, which is never a good direction. This time of year it'll bring in a lot of cloud, and overall it will still feel quite cold, even in the south. So Wednesday looks like it'll be a mostly dry day for the north and the west, but south and the east having a lot of cloud with showery bits and pieces of rain. There could be frost and fog early and late across Scotland and Northern Ireland. England and Wales just has lots of cloud, so no frost worries there. Temperatures between around say 3 and 9 Celsius. Thursday looks very similar. High pressures dominating across Scotland. England and Wales has this easterly wind, which you would look at that and think it's quite cold, but it's not going to be that cold. Although it will feel chilly and there's going to be a lot of cloud. So England and Wales just very cloudy, a chilly easterly wind and a few damp patches as well. Scotland and Northern Ireland has frost and fog early and late, but there will be sunshine by day. Temperatures between around 3 and 10 Celsius. Continues into Friday, north-south split, so Scotland, Northern Ireland and Northern England mostly dry with sunny spells, but there will be frost and fog night and morning. For central, southern and eastern parts of England and Wales, we keep that easterly wind going, So still lots of cloud down in the south with bits and pieces of rain and drizzle, maybe even some slightly heavier rain as we go through the course of Friday in the south. Temperatures again between around 3 and 10 Celsius. And into the weekend, very subtle changes. High pressure is still dominating to the north, but it becomes more dominant even down in the south, and we start to lose the cloudy conditions, I think, in the south quite a bit over the weekend. So I'd expect increasing amounts of sunshine next weekend, but other side of that is we probably have an increasing risk of night frost. Even down in the south, we might start to get some frost by the end of next weekend, in what does look like a very quiet weekend with high pressure tending to be in control. Finally, have a look at the charts on Weather Outlook, so you see the weather in your area over the next few days. We've got the rain coming into the southwest this afternoon, otherwise a fair amount of dry weather. There's wintry showers in the north and west. Overnight tonight, it's going to turn very wet across England and Wales with heavy rain turning to sleet or snow, potentially on the leading edge across parts of North Wales and North West England. Some really wet weather down in the south with a risk of localised flooding and also gale force winds along the south coast and in the far southeast. Through the course of Sunday, well, lots of rain in the central east areas to begin with. That'll pull away through the course of the day. So we end Sunday on a drier, brighter note across most parts of the country. Scotland and Northern Ireland never gets this rain. Just stays cold and dry up there. More rain pushing up from the south across England and Wales on Monday in what does look like a very wet day once again. Once more, the north and west tending to stay mostly dry. Showery bursts of rain across the country on Tuesday, gradually easing off. Meant to get through into Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. I think we'll have a lot of dry weather in the north. In the south, we're going to have these easterly winds bringing in lots of cloud and occasional showery bursts of rain possible as well. This shows quite a wet day on Friday, for example, in the south. I'm not sure it's going to be that bad, but there will be showery bursts coming and going across England and Wales through Wednesday, Thursday, Friday with that easy wind. And technically it's fairly mild in the south, but it's going to feel cold with lots of cloud and that wind. In the north, I think it is going to be genuinely cold, especially at night with frost and fog on many of the nights and mornings in the second half of the week. So in summary, we are looking at a stormy spell over the weekend. Going to be our first notable spell of stormy weather this autumn for the south. And more heavy rain coming up on Monday as well across much of England and Wales. After that, we get a north-south split. The north turns mostly dry with frost and fog. The south will be cloudy, damp with chilly and nagging easterly wind. That's all for now. Come back later on for the CFS 6-month look ahead. That will be with you around 7 o'clock this evening, so come back for that then. And tomorrow, of course, it's the 10th winter update. That'll be in the morning. Right, that's all for now. Thanks for watching.